Trevin Jones and Saidyokub Kakhramonov in the bantamweight division. Now, another short notice fight. I mean, Trevin Jones, he keeps on getting his fights canceled over and over and over again. He was supposed to fight Tony Kelly. That fight did get canceled. A week later, was supposed to fight Ronnie Lawrence. Then, I believe 3 weeks after that, was supposed to fight Mana Martinez. And now, he's going to be fighting Saidyokub Kakhramonov in 4 weeks' notice. So, a really short notice fight right here. But Saidyokub Kakhramonov did beat some really solid guys and has faced some really solid guys. He beat Askar, who had a record of 10 wins and 0 losses by a first-round knockout. Really solid win right there. Fought Umar Nurmagomedov, fought Jarrell Hodge right there, who is a CFFC champion. He himself is a CFFC champion right here for the bantamweight belt, but he's a very solid wrestler and grappler. He does have some really good ground pound. A lot of his wins are ground pound TKOs, or maybe even the rear naked or Darce choke submission, but the main way he's going to win a fight against Trevin Jones is going to be in the submission game, in the wrestling, and the grappling, because Trevin Jones, we know, is more of a counter-puncher type of guy, and he doesn't really throw volume, so there's not really much of a need for him to overextend to land a lot of his shots. He kind of just stays back and counters his opponents, looking to land the right hook, the left hook, the uppercut, just landing some big shots on the back foot and trying to counter his opponents. That's the main way Trevin Jones likes to win his fights, and Saidyokub Kakhramonov is going to be very dangerous for him to go for those takedowns, because he is going to be more of a wrestler, grappler type of guy in this fight. He's going to be coming forward, looking to get the body lock in the clinch, and looking to get that single leg takedown, the trip takedown, and just ultimately try to grind out a decision in the grappling and wrestling game. But we do know Trevin Jones has a really solid grappling and wrestling background. I believe he's a blue belt or brown belt in BJJ. I'm not too sure, but he is a really solid grappler. Out of his 13 wins and 6 losses, not a lot of them are knockouts, but he's got a lot of power. 4 wins by submission and 3 wins by knockout, but he has the submission game, he has the wrestling takedown defense to defend most of the takedowns on Kakhramonov, and this is a short notice fight. Again, Kakhramonov was not supposed to be fighting here. He is going to have a little bit of a cardio deficit just because he's not going to have that full camp. And because he's coming in on 4 days notice. Not to mention, in most of his other fights, his cardio didn't even look good in those ones either. So personally, I do think Saidyokub Kakhramonov is going to need a finish. He's got really solid grappling, really solid wrestling. I think he's going to need to go out there in the first round, go heavy on those takedowns, get the fight down, and look for the rear naked, and look for the arm triangle, the Darce, any sort of choke. He's not really good at like doing the leg locks, the arm bars, all that type of stuff. Just try to choke out Trevin Jones, which I really don't think is going to happen, but that would be the main way for him to win. But for this fight, I think Trevin Jones' takedown defense is good enough to keep the fight on the feet, and if he does get taken down, it's just going to tire Kakhramonov even more, because Trevin Jones is probably going to get right back up on the feet where he's going to have the advantage. So I think he's got a chance. Saidyokub Kakhramonov has a chance right here, but I think Trevin Jones either defends most of the takedowns or just gets right back up on most of them, tires out Saidyokub Kakhramonov in the first round, and then comes back in the second or third round. I'm still kind of deciding if it's going to be the second or third, but I think he's going to tire himself out a lot in that first round looking over the takedown, and he's going to end up getting knocked out in the second round. So my prediction right here is going to be Trevin Jones just staying on the outside, just kind of keeping it really even in that first round, defending the takedown, striking a little bit, but in that second round, when Saidyokub Kakhramonov is going to be a little bit more tired, he's going to go for the takedown and walk right into that uppercut that we saw against Mario Batista, or maybe a right hook to ground and pound like we saw against Timur Valiev. Not too sure which one. Maybe Saidyokub goes for a combination and he lands the right hook, or Saidyokub goes down for the takedown and he gets uppercutted. One of those two things I do think is going to happen, either that uppercut or that right hook knockout in the second round. I was thinking maybe the third round, but I think Saidyokub I'm getting the name a little bit. Saidyokub Kakhramonov, I think he's going to tire out after that first. So my prediction right here is a second round knockout win from Trevin Jones in the bantamweight division. But overall, really solid fight right here. I think Trevin Jones, Saidyokub Kakhramonov is probably a closer fight than a lot of people do think. 82% are going Jones by knockout mainly. That is my prediction as well. But I would not be surprised if Saidyokub goes out there and maybe grinds out a decision with the grappling and wrestling. But the cardio worries me, and the takedown defense of Trevin Jones is very, very solid. So I think the fight stays on the feet. Trevin Jones by knockout in the second round. Put your predictions in the comment section below. I'd love to see what you guys think is going to happen in this bantamweight fight right here. Another short notice fight. But if you're new to the channel, like this video, subscribe to the channel because we post videos just like this almost every single day. So you guys do not want to miss that. Subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for when I post these new videos. And if you want to see some of my upcoming bets for UFC, for PFL, for Bellator, the link is in the description, and you can see all my bets for $2.99. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Let's go.